Freeport, Grand Bahama, this is Newsnight 13 at 6:30.
You're watching Newsnight 13 for this Monday, December 10th, 2012. Season's greetings to you all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it's great to have you with us. Topping news, Grand Bahama's tourism sector may be on the rebound. During a Bahama host ceremony, the minister responsible shared how his ministry is working to put the magic back into the second city. Grand Bahama has had more than its share of challenges, particularly in the tourism sector. In 2011, Freeport was ranked as 37th on a list of 37 by Tourists on Carnival Cruise Line's exit survey. Today, many argue that there are not enough activities on Grand Bahama for visitors to enjoy. But the Minister for Tourism, Obi Wilshcombe, says the tourism sector is now on the trend for growth.
We're going to open some museums and calls for more of the nature centers to be open all over the island, particularly East End and West End. We're going to move to cause the International Bazaar to become something that you want to go to again, and I don't know why we put that beach in the middle of a highway. But I think it's time it should be closed.
But he says Bahamians must not only embrace opportunities that may come on tap, but also be prepared once they become available.
We're seeing business come in from New York now. We're seeing new business from Florida. We're seeing the growth rates moving up. We're talking to the cruise lines about more cruise business here. We're getting more airlift to Grand Bahama beginning next year. And of course, the reef is going to reopen soon. And why can't we take the hotels that are not doing well right now, and why don't we turn them into some training institutions right now for people to get ready for the reef when that opens soon?
He says the fact is other hotels will open soon as well.
More hotels are going to open, but our people got to be ready, because every single day as Minister of Tourism we're seeing requests being made where people are asking us to bring people in because they say we don't have enough people. We don't have people qualified already to work in the industry. You know that the casino is going to open in Bimini next year. They're going to have a job fair sometime late December or early January right here in Freeport, because they're looking for 130 employees. But we're looking for the best.
The minister says plans are also underway to speak with the business community,
particularly with the banks, whether it's the Development Bank and other banks, to help Bahamians start some nightclubs. It is so wrong when you come to this island, you can't see a show. Not a single show. What are you seeing here? Where are you going to go? So why would you complain that the visitor is not spending any money? Well, spending it on what? And I like Port Lucaya, except I think it needs some more activity. I think it needs to be jumping some more.
In other news, residents of a community in West Grand Bahama joining forces with the Royal Bahamas Police Force for a safer community. Sabrina Brown reports.
Residents in the Pine Forest subdivision taking proactive steps to safeguard their community against the criminal element. On Sunday afternoon, residents gathered at the Heavenly View Church for the official launch of the Neighborhood Watch program. The Royal Bahamas Police Force and Urban Renewal teaming up to coordinate the Crime Watch. Assistant Superintendent of Police Michael Brathwaite applauded the residents for their efforts in this bold initiative.
It is good when a neighborhood can get together and expel the wrongdoers out of that neighborhood. When we do that, we are strengthening our neighborhoods, we're strengthening the bonds between neighbors.
Brathwaite told the residents that their involvement in community policing is significant.
We cannot be every place at every time. We need your eyes, your ears. We beg for your assistance. We pledge to be side by side with you in this fight against this crime that seems to be overtaking us, and God willing, we'll defeat it.
Coordinator of Urban Renewal on Grand Bahama, Inspector Henry Roll, says Neighborhood Watch is an effective crime-fighting tool.
I encourage you, the residents of Pine Forest subdivision, to put your best foot forward and to make your community a safe place to live, work, visit, and play.
WPC Natalie Knowles believes the leadership roles are critical to the success of the program.
We just want the chairman to directly communicate with the police officer in their area. And also the chairman's job is to communicate with the block captains and the block watchers to find out how is everything doing in the neighborhood.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, after months of issuing a wanted police bulletin, police officials say they now have 20-year-old Jotico Michael Newbold, a.k.a. Tico, in custody. Today, Newbold was arraigned in Magistrate Court No. 1 by Debbie Ferguson. Newbold is charged with armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, possession of a firearm whilst committing an indictable offense, and causing grievous harm. The charges stem from the October 17th armed robbery of Goldilocks Jewelry Store in the Circle Mall. Newbold was not required to enter a plea. Bail was denied and the suspect remanded to Her Majesty's Prison. A preliminary inquiry into these matters will commence on December 19th at 11:30 a.m. Jotico Newbold was represented by attorney Carlson Sherland. And now the manhunt continues for the second suspect in the Circle Mall robbery. Police still wants to question Angelo Quinton Young, a.k.a. Potato Head. He is described as 6 feet tall, thin-built, weighing 170 pounds, dark brown complexion, and black hair. His last known address is number 12 Cornwallis Drive, Freeport. Young is considered armed and extremely dangerous. Now, police are appealing to the members of the public who may have any information on the whereabouts of Angelo Quinton Young to contact the Central Detective Unit at telephone numbers 350-3107, 350-3108, or police emergency numbers at 911 or 919 or your nearest police station. Meantime, police over in Abaco investigating 2 early morning armed robbery incidents that occurred over the weekend. Reports say around 3:30 Saturday morning, a man was returning to the mud area from the Royal Bank of Canada when he was approached by 2 men, one armed with a pump-action shotgun and the other with a small handgun, who threatened him and demanded cash. Now, the culprits reportedly robbed the victim of $350 in cash. About an hour later, officers at the Marsh Harbor Police Station received information of another armed robbery. Now, according to reports, a man was in the mud area when he was approached by the 3 men. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.